guys, welcome to Pokémon TCG HQ. I'm James. I'm joined with the UK national champion, that is Oliver Fennelly. I've also got Charlie Powell with me, Tamara Cameron and Luke Kirkham. Unfortunately, Alex Dow is out partying, so we're going to use our substitute Asian, Tamara, to report back on how Alex did. So we're just going to quickly look at how everyone did in our fantasy draft, and we're going to start with Oliver. How did your team do?
It was a bit of a mixed draft, to be honest. I started off with Sami Sakoum. Obviously, he didn't show up. That kind of set the ball rolling. But then my second pick, Carl Blake, got top 4. Can't really ask for much more than that. But unfortunately, it was me that knocked him out. So
how unlucky!
I completely ripped my own draft there. With my top pick not turning up, I needed my second pick to have a big one, and not quite for me. My next one was Tommy, and again I played him. So kind of ruined my own draft again, and that was it. We were on stream for that, and we didn't finish game 1. Like, we took 5 prizes, I think it was, in 50 minutes. It was just pathetic, really. Waste of an hour. My final pick was Nathan McCluey, and I was going to go for one of the McCluey brothers in the end, and I picked the right one. They both finished in top 32, but Nathan finished a few places higher. So my choice was vindicated.
Nice.
Well done.
I suppose if you're gonna ruin your draft chances, winning the competition is one way to do it.
I worked out if I had picked myself last round instead of Nathan, I'd be on 125 points. Instead, I'm on 60 points.
Okay, well, we'll see if 125 would have taken you over the line. Tamara, how did Alex do?
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to look at my drafting skills in the future because I didn't do very well. My first pick, Ryan, came top 16. Charlie, over there, did not have the best showing. He didn't get any points whatsoever. Adam also came top 16, so that's the result. But one half of the Omnipoke team, Jack Old, didn't get me anything. So overall, pretty terrible draft, only getting 40 points. Definitely would pick other people in the future. But came second, first, one of the two. So can't complain.
Well done, Alex.
Thank you.
Good work, Alex.
A great tournament, not so good a draft.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move on to myself then. I picked Tamara, who finished in the top 32, so some points, I guess. Sam Taylor, top 8, very nearly top 4, so he netted me 30 points. Dylan Smith just fell to the wayside at 36th. And Christine Gregory got me 20 points. So 3 of my 4 picks yielded the moolah, but that only brought me to 60, which may or may not be enough. Let's see, how did you do, Luke?
So, I started off, my first pick was Alex Dow. Hey, Alex. And obviously, for the purposes of the draft, we put him down as the tournament winner. And he also went undefeated in Swiss, and so that netted me an extra 10 bonus points. So for winning, he got me 110 points. My second pick was Nilo. Nilo just missed out on top 32, so got no points there. Third pick was Barnett. I believe he dropped after 4 or 5 rounds. Wasn't going his way, so he dropped. And then my fourth pick was Joe Bernard, who managed to get another cheeky top 16, the other half of Omnipoke, and got me another 20 points, so that put me in a total of 130.
Good work. I mean, most of the work done by Alex,
Yeah.
but still, you made your choice.
I did.
Well done. That brings us to tomorrow. How did you get on?
Well, I actually got quite a few point scorers. So my first pick, Jake Wolvin, justified his first pick for me. Got top 8, 30 points there. Scott missed out on cut, unfortunately, and so only got me 20 points. Jack could have got me some points, but he decided to drop even though he's doing all right because he had no chance of making cut. So he got 0 points. And my final pick, Rick Cherry, was my little dark horse for the competition, and he bubbled on 9th. So he unfortunately only got 20 points and was very unlucky to not get further than that.
Okay, not bad though. 70 total. That's quite good. And last of all, Charlie, how did you get on?
Well, I had Nick Pearce and Reece Williams, who both got top 32. So 10 points each for them, which is a good start. I also had Paul Stringer, who was going quite well at the beginning of the day, but then hit a few rough matchups and unfortunately didn't get me any points in the end. And then Luke completely let me down and also didn't get any points. He was having a bit of a bad day, so I only ended on 20 points.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, before we come to the big drum roll, we're going to head over to Oliver. I think you've got some additional stats for us.
Yeah, I've been trawling the database and got some interesting stats for you. The person who finished the lowest of all the players we picked, the person who finished the lowest was our one and only Luke Kirkham in 70th place. So great first round pick there, Charlie.
3 people dropped, all right.
All right, yeah, okay. We did pick 3 people who dropped, but
I think they all
we're pretty sure that they all had better records when they dropped than Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got another interesting stat for you, which probably doesn't strengthen our drafting skills. Of the top 8, 50% of them weren't picked by us. So very sorry to Mike Cornwall, Jamie Serhan, and Josh Poet Pierce, and of course myself. We didn't pick any of them and missed out on a lot of points.
Well, we talked about the £5 buy-in, and so that part will be going to yourself, Luke. Some condolences for the actual day's play.
Tactical guys.
That's it. Luke, you finished on 130. Second was Tamar with 70. Third was Oliver with 60. I finished fourth with 60, but Oliver had Carl Blake, who finished with a higher individual score of 50 points. Alex, you got 40 points, and that leaves Charlie in the last place with 20 points. So we've had we said that last place would have a forfeit, and Charlie, we've decided that seeing as you're such a fan of the sleeveless tops.
Oh, here we go.
We've decided that we would like you to attend the first regional of the next season in shirt and tie.
Oh, that's a tough one. I think I'll manage it, but that is tough.
How about
it's got to be really just tie.
Yeah, if you pick the shirt, we'll pick a tie.
Alright, fair enough.
You never know. That could, if you end up winning that regional, then.
Lucky tie.
That might be where you've been going wrong. Thank you guys for watching our draft. Actually, before we go, let's talk about something that's obviously been big in the news, and that's the banning of Lysander's trump card. Who would like to give us their thoughts on that? Anyone?
I think overall, we have to all be in agreement that it's a good thing for the game.
Oh, absolutely.
That was probably the least fun nationals I've played in. It just encouraged the format of Toad recycling through their deck. I played against 5 Seismitoad decks on the day out of 8 rounds, and I can tell you that is not fun whatsoever to play. So
no, it's not.
No, I think we can all agree it's good for the format. It's going to be weird. We're going to have to see how US Nationals pans out to really get a grip of what it actually does to the format, but it's going to be an interesting tournament, definitely.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I mean, it makes the game a completely different game because people have gotten used to playing trump card and just being a bit reckless with what they discard and how quick they go through their decks and what they use, because knowing that full well you can trump card, get it back and use it again perhaps later when it might be more important. Whereas now you've obviously got a lot more resource management, you've got to be more careful with how quick you go through your deck. So it's going to be interesting. It takes away a lot of power from that Toad decks that you guys made the final of Nationals with it. You can't recycle hammers. It just makes it a lot more different, but it also gives decks like Night March, they now have no way of getting the Pokemon back into the deck or play other than a cheeky target whistle or two, which is going to get them all back. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to mix it up and make it a whole different ball game.
I think you're right there. I think it had to be done. You might have seen the list of the different reasons why they justified it, and obviously the speeding through your deck with minimal repercussions is one, but I think just the use of powerful trainer cards, the way that you build a deck, it's based on the fact that you can only have 4 of a card, because otherwise it's just OP, but with trump cards you have infinite amounts, which is why Toad has been so rampant, because trump carding almost every turn and just destroying a healthy competitive gameplay. I don't know whether Charlie or Oliver, you got anything else to say?
Yeah, I thought actually one of the most important reasons why it needed to go was it's like you said when they put up the list of reasons why they didn't want it in organised play anymore, was the fact that it removed a win condition from the game entirely. There's no decking out with Lysander's trump card. And I know in the past few tournaments I have been tricked into thinking that, maybe I might possibly be able to get the win by decking my opponent out, but then when they're down to the last 2, 1, 0 cards even, they'll just play a VS Seeker for that Lysander's trump card, and all hope of that goes completely down the drain. So I think bringing that back into play is really important, actually. Yeah.
And a few words from you, champ.
Yeah. If I could add to that, it's important to realise that the Toad lists that were played last weekend are going to be completely different now. I mean, you can't just play 4 DCE because they're gonna go through Xerasic or Flarebrand or any of the hammers. So you can't have that kind of build anymore because you have no way of getting those DCs back. So things are definitely going to be really different, and it's good. It's really good.
Well, you mentioned your list, and make sure you look out for our next video where Tamara is going to be interviewing our UK national champion and runner-up. I'll leave you to make your mind which is which, and they'll be looking at their list, which was identical, see how they got on, and we're also going to be giving away a full art trump card as a bon voyage to Lysandre. We're Pokemon TCG HQ. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
See you later.
Yeah.